Let me just make sure we got our angles right. Okay, that looks good.
So, are we ready to start the podcast?
Oh, guys, it looks like we're recording. How do we kick this thing off?
Hey, it's Izzy.
And Dee.
And Keya!
And we're so excited to record our first episode of our brand new podcast,
Shell It Like It Is!
All right, my fellow hosts, probably the first place to start is, let's tell the audience, what is Shell It Like It Is?
I'm so glad you asked, Izzy. Shell It Like It Is, well, it's a podcast where we'll talk about current events, news, and exciting activities that are relevant to tribal nations and those that live and work in Indian country.
That's right. And in each episode, we'll not only discuss what is going on in Indian country, we'll also be joined by special guests.
For our first episode, we're so excited to have Deputy Director of Indian Health Service, Ben Smith, join us.
Eee! I used to be an intern at IHS. I'm so excited to see you again, Ben.
Welcome to the Turtle Dome, Deputy Director Smith. So great to have you join us.
Okay. Focus up, D.
Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you. It's great to join you. Hi, Keya. Great to see you again. I am excited that you started this podcast, and it's an honor to be the first guest. Izzy and Dee, I really enjoy seeing what you've done with the self-governance training videos.
Oh, it's so great to meet a fan. Deputy Director Smith, can you give us a general overview of IHS, its mission, and its organizational setup?
Absolutely. The provisions of Indian health started long ago. As you know, we entered into treaties between tribal governments and the federal government. And at that time, the House for Health resided in the Department of War. Moving forward, healthcare moved into the Department of the Interior. And it wasn't until 1955 when the Indian Health Service first came to exist as an entity within what is now known as the Department of Health and Human Services. We are the 17th largest public health system in the country today, and we provide comprehensive primary care and disease prevention services to approximately 2.8 million American Indians and Alaska Natives from 574 federally recognized tribes. How do we accomplish this? Well, we accomplish it through a network of over 605 hospitals, clinics, and health stations that are on or near Indian reservations throughout the country. It's no doubt in my mind that we have the best mission across federal government, which is to raise the physical, mental, social, and spiritual health of American Indians and Alaska Natives to the highest level.
That is a big mission to achieve.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about some of the recent initiatives to improve and modernize IHS, and how are these improving the quality of care for Indian country?
Absolutely. Just as you are aware of the health disparities experienced in your communities, Indian country still lags shockingly behind when it comes to measures of health. Engaging directly with the communities we serve is crucial to understanding the social determinants of health, such as nutrition, housing, and education, and how they intertwine with the legacies of colonization, historical trauma, and forced relocation. We have been very adept at increasing access to care by looking at the lack of transportation in rural parts of Indian country and how that can impact access to care. We have made significant strides in expanding our healthcare services to improve healthcare, even in some of the remote locations. Investing in infrastructure is absolutely important and something at play today. It's one way to address disparities in sanitation and water facilities, which is a crucial part of public health. During the early days of the pandemic, washing hands was critical advice. But what does a grandma in the Navajo Nation, where I'm from, do when her home has no running water? We are very excited for the bipartisan infrastructure law, which has brought $3.5 billion to the Indian Health Service for critical infrastructure, including robust drinking water sources, reliable sewage systems, and effective solid waste disposals. Quality healthcare is a key initiative that plays out all across the Indian Health Service. Most recently, we have invested time and energy in improving our Office of Quality, which not only provides national leadership and promotes consistency in healthcare quality across the agency, but also looks at ways to consolidate and enhance oversight of quality assurance and improvement. What this means is that when each tribal patient enters into a facility, that they're greeted with a smile, that they're able to access care easily and without a lot of questions. They have people to assist them along the way. And if they need to be referred out to care, that's also being carried out in a timely manner, as well as follow up when that care is received. This will help improve safety for patients across the system, but more importantly, satisfaction. We hope that you're able to share your input on this quality initiative.
Well, I'll let my grandma know about the improvements. She's been there since 1957.
What do you mean? I saw her at bingo last night.
Guess she got tired of waiting.
Aw, don't be so rugged, you guys. Don't listen to them.
But really, having worked there, I think people would be surprised how much has changed over the last decade.
Ooh, especially in optometry.
Seriously, though, I'm really glad people get to hear about this progress.
One more question. How has IHS incorporated the principles of self-determination and self-governance into its operations? And what have you seen as the benefits?
What a wonderful question. It's important to underscore that the U.S. government has a commitment to provide access to healthcare. And this is a responsibility of the entire United States government, not just the Indian Health Service. We are the main embodiment of that obligation, but every part of government has a role to play. Tribal self-governance and tribal self-determination are just one way that the Indian Health Service is able to support this commitment as tribes choose, and I want to underscore choose to exercise their sovereign rights to assume programs, service, functions, or activities that the federal government would otherwise provide. Just this year, in fact, we've had 2 new tribes enter into the tribal self-governance program at the Indian Health Service. With these latest additions, we now have over 385 federally recognized tribes participating in tribal self-governance at the Indian Health Service. This is a true testament of our commitment at the Indian Health Service for supporting tribal self-governance.
Man, that's great to hear. It's so good to hear that IHS has truly embraced the importance of tribal self-governance. You know, I started watching the 4 Our People docuseries, and it's so good to see tribal governments successfully serving their communities when they take over administration of federal programs. If you haven't seen the docuseries yet, I encourage everyone to check it out.
Oh, that's all the time we have for this episode, but stay tuned for more of our conversation with Deputy Director Smith in episode 2, where we will learn more about the various roles and careers at the Indian Health Service.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure joining you today. And as I shared, we have the best mission in the federal government. And knowing and understanding the history and organization of the Indian Health Service will help us all to raise the physical, mental, social, and spiritual health of American Indians to the highest level. Thank you so much.
Well, that's a mic drop. Thank you for joining us. See you next time, Ben.
Bye, Ben.